So it's just gone 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm heading up to Inverness bus station to catch a Citylink service to Perth and then on to Dundee. This looks a bit like something out of the Blair Witch Project. Anyway, we'll see you up there. All quiet at the bus station. So I'm on the M10 service to Glasgow. So it's 22 minutes past 6 and our bus is due to leave at 25 past 6 and there is a conspicuous absence of a bus / coach. But of course the coach turned up. Here it is, a Van Hool TDX 27 Astromega. And after a quick ticket inspection, it's straight upstairs for me. That's what you have to do on a double-decker coach.
To be calling at Aviemore, Pitlochry, Perth-Broxton, and final destination is Glasgow Buchanan bus station. So passengers for Dundee and Edinburgh will change at Perth. Lowering the lighting, so if anybody wants to read, there are reading lights in the panels above your head.
And very generously, I would say, our driver helps you to know what to do in the event of not liking a Tim's Travels video.
There will be a hammer in the panel above your head to break the glass. And there's also 2 escape hatches in the roof. Downstairs there are further 2 emergency brakes.
We left Inverness a few minutes late and it soon became apparent that the ride quality of the coach was very uncomfortable. Every little bump on the road was felt, and so the driver announced that he'd be pulling into a lay-by to reset the suspension system. So this happened.
So I'll be turning all the power off just so you don't get alarmed.
So a few minutes later, the power came back on and whatever the driver did worked, because from there on, the ride quality was excellent. So after our brief stop in a lay-by on the A9, we were soon underway again. And as you can see, it's pitch black, so I can't really show you anything of the journey or anything of the onboard facilities, but if you can keep watching until we get to Perth, you can get my thoughts on that first leg of today's trip. There you go.
Where's the restroom? The restroom.
What is the toilet on the bus?
Thanks very much. Cheers. So I'm at Perth-Broxton, and firstly apologies that I couldn't share too much with you from the journey from Inverness. It was so dark, even when the sun came up and daylight came in, the camera just wasn't picking up very much inside at all. So what I can say was the seat was fine, bit firm, legroom was good, had a plug socket and that was all working fine. The Wi-Fi wasn't working, the overhead light wasn't working. The big thumbs up was the driver, who was really friendly, professional, and kept us posted all the way along. We had a 20-minute delay at Pitlochry, which shouldn't irritate me, but it does. But why people can't buy tickets online, anyway, it was unnecessary, I thought. But he kept us posted. He got in touch with Perth Control to hold the buses for those of us who had connections, so that was really, really good. You're probably also thinking, you said it was Citylink, and I booked it on the Megabus website. It said it was going to be operated by Citylink. Then a Megabus liveried coach turned up, but the driver said thanks for travelling with Citylink. I don't really know what's going on. I think you've probably cottoned onto that already, but Megabus, Citylink, Stagecoach, whoever, was all good. I'm just waiting for a connection now on to Dundee. I would like to make it clear that I understand not everyone can buy their tickets online in advance, but In this instance, it just seemed unnecessary. It was a 20-minute conversation that went round in circles. At one point, it was suggested that the driver buy the tickets and that money be transferred to him. Anyway, talking about fares, Citylink website, Inverness-Dundee, £31. If you check out the Megabus website, you can get Inverness-Dundee for £15.20 with a £1 booking fee. Pays to shop around. Does that remind you of a Cyberman? No, just me. Okay. So everything you need, got USB connection there, wireless charging, a little light, and a tray table. So all good. And as for legroom, spot on. Loads of room. And it's a nicely padded seat, very comfy indeed. And overhead we've got speaker, a couple of air vents and some lights. I couldn't get the lights to work. There was Wi-Fi offered and that didn't want to play ball either. But never mind, you can just look out the window. It's just a short journey from Perth to Dundee, 35 minutes, and before long we have arrived in the city of Discovery. Here we are at Dundee Seagate bus station, and if you hang on for a little bit longer you can get my thoughts on today's experience. Cheers. So I'm in Dundee, and that second leg from Perth to Dundee I think was a more pleasant experience. I'm not sure why particularly, possibly because I'm in a less grumpy mood than I was first thing this morning. Maybe a more modern coach, it was more spacious. I thought the seat was a bit more comfier. I know a lot of these things are down to personal taste, but for me it was just more pleasant overall. Anyway, £15.20 from Inverness to Dundee. That's not bad. I'm not an expert when it comes to coach travel, but you got to try these things. But all in all, pretty good. Just avoid getting run over there. And thanks for watching, and look out for the next video.